Hello and welcome to Proverb Minutes. Today the offering is going to be about understanding how God would want us to have our hearts in control of our desires and not as reckless as most seem to be in today's society. And so what we have is 1 Thessalonians 4, starting in verse 3. For this is the will of God, your sanctification. How do we become pure in heart? That you should abstain from sexual immorality. That each of you should know how to possess his own vessel, that's ourselves, in sanctification and honor. That's the truth, integrity, not in passion of lust, self-seeking, and lying to scheme upon it all. And like the Gentiles do, those that aren't following God's way, who do not know God. But to know God is to actually improve one's life, isn't it? And so what we have here is the big message is not to commit adultery, sexual immorality, to follow things that aren't true, false religion, false relationships, secretive things hidden behind concrete walls with no windows. Those are things that deceive the truth of the light. You can't hide the light, but men often try to in their secret chambers of darkness. But that's not what God has instructed us. He's clearly given us the example of the sheep and the goat, those that follow and want to pursue the master, or those that want to plow their own path and don't give a darn about who they obey, because they're only obeying their own impulses. And we get that from either having self-control or living on impulse. And these scriptures tell us clearly those that use caution and those that don't. And we have some examples here. Hebrews 12:14. Let me read it. Pursue peace with all people and holiness, without which no one shall see the Lord, unless we're seeking peace with everyone, no matter gender or sexual orientation, no matter race or what condition. If we're not caring for one another on how to improve each of us, how is that helping anyone? But it's a self-centered, selfish kind of consciousness. Seek holiness. That if not, no one shall see the Lord. Looking carefully, lest anyone should fall short of this grace that's been offered by God. And that any root of bitterness springing up causes trouble. And by this many have been defiled. And how much bitterness is in the world that defiles the world? And is God calling for bitterness that defiles the world? Certainly not. But what confronts us is that very condition here, Titus 3:8. This is a faithful saying, and these things I want you to affirm constantly, that those who have believed in God should be careful to maintain good works. That's caution, brethren. Careful to maintain good works. And by these things, these are good things and profitable to all men. So if we're not pursuing good words among one another, commending one another, if all we're doing is condemning one another, that is the curse of the world. And we need to come out of that quagmire of disgust and despair, and how despicable the humans that promote those conditions. And here down on impulse, Ephesians 4:22, that you put off concerning your former conduct, the old man which grows corrupt according to the deceitful lusts. You know, we're supposed to put off those old childish desires where we're only using one another, be it man or woman, to satisfy our fleshly desires. And it goes so much on impulse, we're not caring about the other people or person. We're only caring about satisfying ourselves. And again, what a despicable pit those people are falling into. If it was us, and it was, we need to come out of it. And here, 1 Corinthians 7:9. But if they cannot exercise self-control, if you can't exercise self-control, let them marry. For it is better to marry than to burn with passion. And how many religions we've seen it in the grand scheme of it all. The pedophiles, the priests that go after little innocent young boys. I myself have witnessed these things. And it is a despicable disgrace when men go after men that are innocent babies, children, that are being abused sexually by lusting adults that have no self-control. And what a shame that is in life when we destroy our children through the lust of our desires. Let us come back to God. Pursue peace. Put away lust and passion. Because if we can't control ourselves and have that empathy of heart and have a love for one another, and especially for those that are in our lives, to lift us out of the despair that most fall into, how does that help ourselves or those that are around us, or the few that may be lifted by the words that we say? Because not only will we save ourselves, but those that who hear us. Let us put on this better word for the benefit of society, the benefit of our families, the benefit of our cities, our culture, our society, our country, and the world at large. Let us move forward and join in the pursuit of loving and living under the fear of God. Put off those things that are immoral. Thank you for listening. Thanks for coming to Proverb Minutes. Hope it's helped. Let's come back again. Please support this channel. Love you. And please love me, because, hey, that's what goes around comes around. Bye-bye for now. Oh, I always break things down, don't I? So if in sanctification and in the passion of honor, if you're not into those things, then we know how to possess ourselves. And many do. We know how to do right from wrong. Too often we choose wrong over right. And that's a strength of character, isn't it? Let us come back to God and put on strong hearts to benefit all, including that, yes again, ourselves, for that peace that goes beyond understanding. Bye-bye. Up or down, that's the choice. Let us travel upward to know that truth. Bye again. I hope it's over on this last click.